The top 10 rock albums of 1982. Number 10, Billy Idol, Billy Idol. Grade, B-. Billy Idol is another artist unfairly dismissed as just an early MTV pop star. But this solo debut's best song is an example of not only his talent, but the talent of his guitarist Steve Stevens. Later on, Queens of the Stone Age would make a great cover of this song. Standout track, White Wedding. Number 9, Motorhead, Iron Fist. Grade, B-. Nowhere near as good as the band's earlier albums, but this last album with the classic lineup of Lemmy, Fast Eddie Clarke, and Phil "Filthy Animal" Taylor does include one essential Motorhead song. Standout track, Iron Fist. Number 8, Van Halen, Diver Down. Grade, B. Eddie Van Halen absolutely hated this album, and he was right that there were too many covers and interludes, but there are two really good songs, one of them actually another Kinks cover that Van Halen made their own. Standout tracks, Where Have All the Good Times Gone, Hang 'Em High. Number 7, Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. Grade, B+. Another very good hard rock album. I often wonder if this is what Led Zeppelin would have sounded like in the 80s if they had stayed together. The title track has backup vocals from Freddie Mercury. Standout tracks, Everybody Wants You, Emotions in Motion. Number 6, The Clash, Combat Rock. Grade, B+. One of The Clash's two best albums, with two of their most famous songs, and another example of The Clash changing their sound while still sounding like themselves. Standout tracks, Rock the Casbah, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Number 5, Misfits, Walk Among Us. Grade, A. This is one of those albums you will either absolutely love if you can turn off your mind and embrace the weirdness, or absolutely hate if you can't. Although I like Danzig even better on his own, this is a horror punk masterpiece, with short songs filled with lyrics inspired by B-movie horror from the 50s and 60s. Standout tracks, I Turned Into a Martian, All Hell Breaks Loose, Vampira, Night of the Living Dead, Skulls, Astro Zombies. Number 4, Duran Duran, Rio. Grade, A. One of the greatest pop rock albums of the 1980s that was boosted in popularity by videos on early MTV. This album is obviously a favorite of the Arctic Monkeys, as evidenced by the references to Rio and Save a Prayer in their songs I Bet You Look on the Dance Floor and Teddy Picker. Standout tracks, Rio, Hungry Like the Wolf, Save a Prayer. Number 3, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone. Grade, A. The title track is George Thorogood's most famous and probably his best original song, and the music video with Bo Diddley was a classic. The covers of songs by the Isley Brothers, Chuck Berry, and John Lee Hooker are great too. Standout tracks, Bad to the Bone, Nobody But Me, No Particular Place to Go, New Boogie Chillin'. Number 2, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Grade, A+. Iron Maiden's first album with Bruce Dickinson, one of the greatest metal vocalists of all time, is an absolute classic. The ridiculous satanic panic over this album only helped to make the band even more popular. Standout tracks, Children of the Damned, Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Number 1, Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Grade, A+. While this all-time classic, new wave of British heavy metal album includes one of Judas Priest's best and most famous songs, the deep cuts are just as great. This is a showcase for Rob Halford and the band at an almost effortless peak, roaring through one great song after another. Standout tracks, Electric Eye, Bloodstone, Pain and Pleasure, You Got Another Thing Comin', Devil's Child.